Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today on this Fanboy Friday. Fanboys, I know you guys are going through it. I know you guys are panicking because, man, I guess when it rains, it pours. You know, once the wall gets a crack in it, they really just start to crumble. And this is what's happening to the kingdom. The kingdom of the 4 and 6er. We are watching it in real time. And once again, Kendrick Perkins is stirring up some controversy. Before we do this, fanboys, let me say something to you. I think this is something we can all relate to. Maybe you in a certain circle of friends and there's a person in the group who rubs you the wrong way, but, you know, he's friends of your friends. He's in your circle of friends, so you continuously give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, say, hey, maybe he's just abrasive. Maybe I'm taking this the wrong way. You know, you try to rationalize in order to keep the peace. But at some point, they just say something to you that just, it's like, okay, the glove's off. Like, I've tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, but no. Like, you just don't know when to quit. And now, it's like, if you say one more thing to me, you better go ahead and square up. If you say one more thing to me, go ahead and square up, because you know, I'm done giving you the benefit of the doubt. Well, fanboys, this is what's happened to your king. You know, he couldn't leave well enough alone. He became drunk with more and more influence and power of persuasion, or at least to try to persuade the people who could be persuaded. And it has finally worn off. You know, it's finally, people are like, hey, man, this has been 21 years of excuses. This has been 21 years of never having the right players, never having the right coach, you know, suspect injuries to which you never got the surgery for, you know, allegations that of the juice, and you just won't quit, you know. And so now we are where we are, where people seem like they are literally tired of LeBron James. Which brings us to the latest. And we're going to try to keep this video pretty short. But Kendrick Perkins, stirring it up again, puts out his top 5 all defenders list. And guess who's not on it? Guess who's not on it? I mean, the man he spent the last several years capping for as the GOAT is not on it. And let me just read his list here. He has Gary Payton at number 5. I don't think nobody would have a problem with Gary Payton being on the list. He has Kevin Garnett at number 4. He has Michael Jordan at number 3. Dennis Rodman at number 2. Ben Wallace at number 1. And I must say, just, you know, first glance, I don't necessarily have a problem with this list. I feel like everybody on there definitely has a strong case to be on that list. You know, some people that I feel like has to be up there. I feel like Hakeem Olajuwon has to be up there. Hakeem Olajuwon has to be up there for me, you know. And then if you want to even talk about like players like Tim Duncan, I mean, he has 15 all defensive selections. And but to me, it's an argument for quite a few players to be up there, and it's kind of, you know, like everything else to a certain degree, is subjective. Now, I probably would have Michael Jordan. 3 is not a bad spot, actually, and especially considering, you know, Michael Jordan is the greatest two-way player to play the game, and the 2 above him really were more just defense focused. So they didn't have to worry about carrying any kind of offensive load. But yeah, so I don't disagree with this list, but we know who did, heavily disagree with this list. And shout out to Dreamers Pro, because I actually just saw his video on this. And I'm not going to do this because I don't want to hear what the fanboys said. But Dreamers Pro like read some of the comments from I don't know if it was on Twitter or wherever, but he was reading some of the comments. And of course, you know, people start talking about Scottie Pippen should have been on there instead of Michael Jordan and all these other players. It's interesting that Michael Jordan seems to be the only player that they have the problem with being on there. But we all know why that is. It's because they've been trying to compare the fake king to Michael Jordan for years, and it hasn't worked. And now Kendrick Perkins, who is seemed to woken up out of the delusion of being a CFL member, you know, it's like, look, LeBron James is not a top 5 defender. I want to say this, Kendrick Perkins, if you don't have LeBron James as a top 5 defender, there should be no way he can be your GOAT, which I feel like he's not at this point. But yeah, you know, this is just another example. Like I said, when it rains, it pours. The kingdom is crumbling. Fanboys, this is what LeBron James needs to do. He needs to call Rich Paul and tell him, come on, help you get your Yeah, LeBron James needs to go ahead and call Rich Paul, tell him to come over, help him pack his bags, because his time is up. You know, he's worn out his welcome, and I can only imagine what the next few weeks, next few months, you know, I'm going to be curious to see what this next year brings. Like, it's a lot of potential BS in the making. Like, this whole potential drafting of Bronny James is like, who are the Lakers going to get to be their coach who are they going to get that's better than Darvin Ham? Who is actually available that's better than Darvin Ham? So, you know, it's a lot of stuff pending for next year that, you know, next year may be the biggest joke of LeBron James' career. And but yeah, it's time for him to go ahead and start packing those bags, because again, the 4-6 kingdom is crumbling. Fanboys, you guys, you know, it's better on this side of things. I'm trying to tell you, it's better on the side of reality. And, you know, once you get here, if you get here, you will look back on your days of delusion, and it'll be funny to you like it's funny to us. It'll be funny to you guys like it's funny to us. But anyway, we gonna hold up here, you know, just some more bad news for you fanboys. More people, again, telling the truth about LeBron James. There is no way LeBron James is a top 5 defender. I saw an episode of The Shop or something where LeBron James said something like the only accolade or trophy he doesn't have is a defensive player of the year, and he felt like he should have won it over Mark Gasol. And I just think it's funny that you are like saying this about Mark Gasol. He basically said because he didn't even make first team all defense, but it's like, well, maybe he should have made first team all defense, LeBron. Maybe that was the actual problem, not the fact that you didn't win defensive player of the year. Because again, all you got to do is watch LeBron in the games. You can tell this guy, there's no way he's LeBron James is not a top 10, 15 defender all time in my book. If you're talking about all time amongst the greatest defenders who ever played the game, no, it's no way. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about Kendrick Perkins' list of Gary Payton, Kevin Garnett, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace? Do you think that's a valid list? Who would you replace on the list? What would your list look like of top 5 all defenders? For me, definitely Michael Jordan, Gary Payton, and Dennis Rodman, for me, would all be on there. Dennis Rodman has to be on there. I think Dennis Rodman is actually who they think LeBron James is defensively. Dennis Rodman is actually someone who could guard all the positions. and who could guard all positions pretty well. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. You all have a truly, truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.